Hello, welcome to the virtual Alberta School of Business Registration 101 workshop. I am Mackenzie and I am the prospective business student recruiter and student advisor. This presentation will be going over basic knowledge about university, required courses for the first year of the Bachelor of Commerce program, registering for courses, and much more. I hope this will provide some clarity for you and help you get you started on your U of A experience. Before we begin our presentation, I would like to first acknowledge that the University of Alberta is located on Treaty 6 territory and respects the histories, languages, and cultures of First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all First Peoples of Canada, whose presence continues to enrich our vibrant community. The breakdown of the agenda for the presentation is first going over steps after you apply, then going over understanding your degree and what is required of you, followed by course requirements and what a draft schedule could look like, tips and tricks, and then ways to contact us. So first, steps after you apply. So it's important to note that before you register in courses, you must first accept your offer and pay the tuition deposit. If you are a domestic student, your tuition deposit will be $500. If you are an international student studying here in Canada, your tuition deposit will be $1,000. And if you are an international student studying outside of Canada, your tuition deposit will be $5,000. It can take up to 4 business days for your payment to process before you have functionality in BearTracks. So we suggest paying this as early as you can in order to avoid delays to ensure you have enough time for the payment to process before attending a registration workshop and registering in courses. By now, you may be familiar with Launchpad, our admission system. However, for course registration, you will be using BearTracks. BearTracks is the online portal which gives you access to almost everything involved in your university career. BearTracks is where you go to check your grades, pay your tuition, register for classes, and more. This is what an overview of the BearTracks portal does look like. However, yours will not say employee, of course. This is just a screenshot of mine as I am an employee of the U of A. Next, we are going to be moving into understanding your degree. Courses at the University of Alberta are assigned credit hours, which are denoted with a star. Half-year courses are 3 credit hours and run for 1 term. Full-year courses are 6 credit hours and run for 2 terms. At the U of A, there are 4 semesters or 4 terms. The first one being the fall term, which runs September to December, followed by the winter term, which is January to April, spring term, which is May to June, and summer term, which is July to August. There is majors that you would have selected when you applied to the Bachelor of Commerce program, and this is just the primary area of study in your degree program. Similarly, there are minors that you can that are optional to add to your degree program, and these are secondary areas of study in your degree program. Units or credits indicates the units for course weight. So 120 units or 120 credits is equal to a full degree. So to break it down by each term, again, one course equates to 3 units or 3 credits. The max course load in the fall term is 5 courses or 15 units or 15 credits. In the winter term, the max course load is 5 courses or 15 units or 15 credits. In the spring term, the max course load is 2 courses or 6 units or 6 credits, and this is because it is a more condensed term. In summer, the max course load is 2 courses or 6 units or 6 credits. Courses in the Faculty of Business fall into 5 categories. The first one is foundational requirements, which are completed in year 1 of the program, and these are foundational courses to the Bachelor of Commerce program. The next is core requirements, which are completed in years 1 and 2 and include intro business courses such as marketing, business law, accounting, finance, and so on. We also have senior business requirements, which are completed in years 3 and 4, and are courses that are offered at the 300 and 400 level that are offered by the Faculty of Business, required for a student's major. There are also electives outside of business, which are completed through all 4 years of a degree program, and they are courses that are offered by the University of Alberta in any faculty except business. On the other hand, there is also free electives. These are completed during years 3 and 4, and they are any course offered by the University of Alberta in any faculty, including business. The Bachelor of Commerce degree is designed to be completed in 4 years. However, you may have some flexibility to extend your degree over a longer period of time. Reducing your course load per semester or per year, or even completing the cooperative education program will extend the length of time you spend completing your degree. A full-time course load at the U of A can range from 3 to 5 courses per term, or 9 to 15 units, or 9 to 15 credits. Part-time course load at the U of A can range from 1 to 2 courses per term, which is 3 to 6 units, or 3 to 6 credits. This is just a high-level overview of the total amount of credits you will complete in 4 years with us. Again, an undergraduate degree consists of 120 credits, and this is broken down by years 1 to 4, where you are going to complete 30 credits each year. This is broken down even further by each semester, and 15 credits are completed each semester within the 4 years. Now we're going to be moving on to the course requirements for the Bachelor of Commerce program. In your first year of the Bachelor of Commerce program or the BCom program, you must register in the following courses: a 100 level English or a 100 level Writing Studies course, Accounting 211, Business 101, Economics 101, and Economics 102, Mathematics 154, Strategy, Entrepreneurship, and Management 210, Statistics 161, plus 6 credits or 6 units in electives outside of business. This is a sample plan for what your year 1 could look like in the Bachelor of Commerce program. Again, note there are 15 credits in the fall term, plus another 15 credits in the winter term. This is what a draft schedule for the fall and winter terms for a first-year Bachelor of Commerce student could look like. This is on the My Schedule Builder platform, which we will go over later on in this presentation. One thing to keep in mind is that some courses offer a variety of course components. If you note, in the fall term, Business 101 has a lecture, but it also has a seminar. And then in winter, SEM 210 has a lecture as well as a seminar component. The other thing to note is that online classes will not be built into your schedule in My Schedule Builder, especially if the course does not have scheduled times. As you can see under fall term towards the bottom, it is labeled that English 102 is an online class with no scheduled times. Thus, it is not portrayed on the schedule. Same with winter term. NS 161 and Econ 102 both do not have scheduled times and thus are not shown on the schedule. Next, we're going to be moving on to tips and tricks. There are a few things to consider when scheduling your classes, and there's some questions we want you to think about beforehand. The first is, what prerequisite classes do I need to take? It's important to register in these classes first, as they are required before you are able to enroll in higher level courses. Are earlier or later classes better for you? Are you a morning person, or do you often hit the snooze button? An 8 a.m. class means 8 a.m. midterms. Also, what buildings are your classes in? You want to be able to get between your classes within 10 minutes, so make sure you are in buildings close to each other so you have time to grab a coffee, go to the bathroom, and get settled. Almost every student at the University of Alberta is required to take a junior level English or writing studies course, so these classes tend to fill up very quickly. Noted below is a few courses that can be used to satisfy the 3 credits of 100 level English. There is also some writing studies courses that can be used to satisfy the 3 credits of 100 level writing studies. Another thing to consider is that Econ 101 is the prerequisite to Accounting 211, and the co-requisite to Accounting 211 is Econ 102. Thus, you want to be sure to enroll in Accounting 211 in the winter term so that you have completed Econ 101 in the fall term and will complete Econ 102 in the winter term simultaneously. We also recommend that first-year students split up mathematics and statistics by taking one in each term. If you do find yourself struggling with the content of these courses, be sure to check out the Decima Robinson Support Center for Mathematical and Statistical Sciences. The center offers drop-in help, study sessions, weekly review seminars, and much more to help you get through mathematics and statistics. Next, we are going to move on to a brief explanation of what My Schedule Builder is and the resources you can access to find out more information on the platform. My Schedule Builder tool is available in BearTracks to assist you with schedule building and registration. For more information and a step-by-step guide on registration in My Schedule Builder, please head to uab.ca/reg101 so that you can watch the video attached as it goes through registering for courses in the platform. We are so excited that you have taken this next step to becoming a U of A student, and we are excited that you'll be joining our community this fall. No matter where you study, you'll be part of a friendly, diverse, and extremely fun student body. Again, I do want to note if you have questions, feel free to contact us through the various ways listed on the slide.